but to shoot. In the moments after an officer-involved shooting, a mother's grief can't be.
Everything all right?
Got hit in the shoulder, sir.
Stand right in.
Yes, sir.
How is it?
All right. Blood pressure's high. Could be aggravation. It wants to see the president.
We've already contacted the White House.
Didn't it drop any hints about where it's from?
No, sir.
Well, what about the reporters, Colonel?
Tell them there'll be no statement tonight.
Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Mr. Harley. I'm the secretary to the president. I've been told that you speak our language, that your name is Mr. Klaatu.
Just Klaatu.
The president asked me to convey his deepest apologies for what has happened. We all feel that
Very surprised about your arrival here. Have you been traveling long?
About 5 months. Your months.
You must have come a long way.
About 250 million of your miles.
naturally we're very curious to know where it is you come from.
From another planet. Let's just say that we're neighbors.
But difficult for us to consider the planet as a neighbor.
I'm afraid in the present situation you'll have to learn to think that way.
Present situation?
The reasons for my coming here.
We're very curious about that too. Would you care to speak about it?
I'd be glad to. Not now, of course, with you alone.
You would like, you discuss it personally with the President of the United
This
States.
is not a personal matter, Mr. Harley. It concerns all the people on your planet.
I'm not sure I understand.
I wish to meet with representatives from all the nations of the Earth.
I'm afraid that's a little awkward. It's completely without precedent, and there are practical considerations, the time involved, the enormous distances.
I travel 250 million miles. What about your United Nations?
You know about the United Nations?
We've been monitoring your television and radio broadcasts for some time now. That's how we learned your language.
You must have a rather strange impression of us.
For the first 2 years of television, we were convinced all you did was wrestle.
I'm sure you have recognized from our broadcasts the evil tensions, the evil forces that have produced the tension in our world. Surely you would agree.
I am not concerned, Mr. Harley, with the internal affairs of your planet. I consider that to be your business, not mine.
I was only hoping to make you
My
understand.
mission here is not to solve your petty squabbles. It concerns the existence of every last living creature on this
If you
planet.
could only explain a little bit about your plan.
I intend to explain to all the nations simultaneously. How do we proceed, Mr. Harley?
We could call a special meeting of the General Assembly. But of course, the United Nations does not represent all of the nations.
And how about a meeting of all the chiefs of state?
Believe me, you don't understand. They wouldn't sit down at the same table
I
together.
don't want to resort to threats, Mr. Harley. I simply tell you bluntly that the future of your planet is at stake. I suggest you transmit that message to the nations of the Earth.
I will relay that message to the President. I must tell you in all honesty, I'm very dubious about the results.
Apparently, I'm not as cynical about Earth's people as you are.
The skeletal structure is completely normal. Same with the major organs, heart, kidney, liver, spleen.
And the lungs are the same too. Must be in a similar atmosphere, similar pressure. How old do you think he is?
45?
Told me 78.
I don't believe it.
Their life expectancy is 130.
How do they explain that?
Says their medicine is that much more advanced. Made me feel like a third-class witch doctor.
I took a bullet out of it yesterday.
What about it?
I just examined the wound and it's all healed.
How do they explain that?
Well, he said he put some salve on it, some stuff he had with him.
What are you going to do with it?
Have it analyzed.
Have you any news?
Not very good news, I'm afraid. The president has accepted your suggestion of a meeting. However,